I want to read part of President Biden's statement here when he was saying that he was commuting 37 out of these 40 sentences. He said this in part, quote, "Make no mistake, I condemn these murderers, grieve for the victims of their despicable acts, and ache for all the families who have suffered unimaginable and irreparable loss." Then he added this, quote, "But guided by my conscience and my experience as a public defender, chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, vice president, and now president, I am more convinced than ever that we must stop the use of the death penalty at the federal level." What do you think of his statement?
So stop it. He didn't do that. He chose to leave a few people on death row. So if his policy and his stance was, I'm against the death penalty, and he commuted everybody, great. That's your right. That's the woke ideology that he has. That's not our ideology. He didn't do that. He didn't even do what he said he did in there. If you go back to that, we could read another quote that he put in there that's just going to make your mind twitch. On the first page, he believes that the Americans must stop the use of the death penalty at the federal level, except in cases of terrorism and hate-motivated mass murders. So it's a double-edged sword. You can't have it one way and not the other.
Let's talk about that, because he did leave 3 people off, and those are the people responsible for the Tree of Life synagogue shooting, the Boston Marathon bombing, and the Charleston church shooting. So logistically, if he's saying that he doesn't believe in the death penalty, that shouldn't be used at the federal level, why not commute everyone?
There you go. I mean, you said it yourself. If that's just again, this goes right back to a woke ideology that 77 million Americans didn't want. And that's why come January 20th, the handcuffs are coming off law enforcement. The handcuffs are coming off prosecutors. They're going back on the criminals where they belong. And we're going to see the change that's much needed. And unfortunately, I'm sure there's going to be a lot more destruction from the Biden-Harris administration before they're out, January 20th. So it's just terrible that these families, especially, they chose to do this right before Christmas. I mean, they're sitting around the Christmas table. I saw you nodding your head. They're sitting around the Christmas tree as a family, and they have to now remember this. Just be reminded that those pieces of shit that went after and killed these little innocent children now are going to be another Christmas for them to breathe, another Christmas for them to go out and I'm sure they're just going to send more frivolous motions in to now get their sentence commuted down even lower. But again, if anyone deserves to die, we have a personal connection with these 2 individuals. It's those 2 individuals that committed those heinous crimes. I don't even want to say their name. This isn't a third world country where there's bodies hanging from the bridges to send a message to criminal organizations that they're tough on, that they're to be feared. This is America, and this sort of behavior should never be tolerated. The citizens in our community, a jury of their peers, said they deserve to die for their actions, and that's exactly what should have happened.